Have you ever heard of Auroville, the experimental township of India? If the answer is yes or no, still the video is for you. In this video, I'm going to tell you what happens in Auroville, what to expect when you first arrive, and all the amazing places that you can explore in and around Auroville. So let's split this video into 7 segments where we talk about different areas of Auroville and the interesting stuff behind it. We're going to start with the introduction to Auroville, how it was built, and the history behind it. Then we go on to Matre Mandir, the center and the heart of Auroville, and so on and so forth. We're going to discuss some important and interesting places like Solar Kitchen, Sadhana Forest, Buddha Garden, etc. etc. But before any of that, how to even get to Auroville? Auroville is located in the Tamil Nadu state of India, very close to city Pondicherry. If you're arriving by flight in Chennai, you can take a bus to Pondicherry, and on the way you will find directions for Auroville before even reaching Pondicherry. Decided to go to Auroville, which is near Pondicherry. So currently leaving from Chennai, taking a bus to Pondicherry. Auroville was founded in 1968 with the vision of unity beyond nationality, religion, and politics. It was designed as a universal town where people from all over the world could live in peace and harmony. Auroville was envisioned by Mira Alfaza, known as the Mother, the spiritual collaborator of Sri Aurobindo. She proposed that Auroville would be a place where humanity and spiritual evolution would be the core principle. There would be no ownership of the land and property as everything belonged to the community. Economy would be based on collaboration, not money. It would be a self-sustaining society integrating ecology, spirituality, and futuristic urban planning. The project was later endorsed by UNESCO and supported by the Government of India. The people who are the residents of Auroville are called Aurovillians. Aurovillians live in community housing, eco homes, and self built residences within Auroville. On the other hand, visitors stay in guest houses, hotels, or designated accommodations for tourists. But there are lots of people visiting Auroville as guests, and there are some key differences between an Aurovillian and a guest visiting Auroville. I arrived in Auroville late evening yesterday, so technically today is my first day here exploring Auroville and going to the Matri Mandir. Aurovillians are basically the permanent residents who can choose to live in Auroville long term and actively contribute in the community. Aurovillians do not use money for daily needs. Instead, they receive a basic maintenance allowance if needed and contribute to the community in other ways. Visitors, on the other hand, need to pay for food, lodging, and services like any other traveler. Also, Aurovillians have free and unrestricted access to the Matri Mandir's inner chamber for meditation. Visitors, on the other hand, must book in advance for a guided tour and can have short meditation sessions on pre-booking basis. It's like so many different routes, you almost get lost, but everywhere there is a sign to tell you where the Matri Mandir is, so just follow that. I must say it's really green inside this Auroville city. Look at this. Now let's talk about Matri Mandir, the spiritual center of Auroville. It is not in a temple in the religious sense, but a place for silent meditation and inner contemplation. It symbolizes the divine consciousness and the aspiration for human unity. The structure is surrounded by 12 petals, each representing different spiritual attributes. So the 12 petals surrounding the Matri Mandir have different meanings and significance. But apart from the Auroville Center, there are multiple amazing places and concepts that you can visit near to Auroville, which we will start with Sound Garden, Swaram Sound. Founded in 2003, Swaram Sound is a unique musical and sound research center in Auroville, focusing on handcrafted musical instruments, sound healing, and innovative acoustic experiences. So after visiting Swaram Sound, now we are going to Auroville Beach. Very close to Auroville is located the Auroville Beach, which has amazing landscapes, and you can come here to watch the waves from the ocean. Now, if you're wondering how people become Aurovillians or permanent citizens of Auroville, there is actually a 1 year newcomer process that they follow, and after that, they become accepted. But if you are just visiting and just wanting to explore Auroville with no permanency in mind, you don't need to go through this process. Next on the list is Solar Kitchen. Solar Kitchen is Auroville's sustainable communal dining, and it is the largest community kitchen serving nutritious meals prepared using solar energy and sustainable practices. It is a social hub where Aurovillians, volunteers, and visitors gather for daily needs. This is the cafe La Terrace at the top of Solar Kitchen. It was built in 1997. The Solar Kitchen is designed to provide healthy vegetarian meals using fresh organic ingredients from Auroville's farms. It operates on a no cash system for Aurovillians using a internal Auro card for the transactions. If you are a visitor, you can get a Auro card or a meal voucher from the visitor center if you want to experience the food in Solar Kitchen. So this is the Solar Kitchen where you can have food if you have a Auro card or if you're a Aurovillian. Next place is the one which I would personally recommend to visit when you are in Auroville. It's called Sadhana Forest. Sadhana Forest is located 7 kilometers from Auroville, and what it stands for is very similar to Auroville's concepts.
Sadhana Forest Express, and we'll be reaching Sadhana Forest in about 20 minutes. It's not so far.
So today we are going to Sadhana Forest. There is a free tour from Auroville to Sadhana Forest every Friday. So today around 4 p.m. we have to reach to Solar Kitchen, and from there will be a bus taking us to Sadhana Forest. So right now I'm leaving from my hostel to go to Solar Kitchen in Auroville. Sadhana Forest is a reforestation and sustainable living project. Sadhana Forest is an eco community near Auroville dedicated to reforestation, water conservation, and sustainable living. It was founded in 2003 by Aviram and Yorit Rosin to restore the region's dry tropical forest and promote self sufficient, low impact living.
And when I say the word reforestation, it means that we are planting trees again, right? Which means that there was a period of time when there were trees here, there was a forest.
Sadhana Forest is also famous for using and teaching lot of permaculture techniques like mulching and soil enrichment. It is also known for the creation of small water reservoirs to improve groundwater levels.
We are saving 200 liters of water every single day. So just going in line with our water conservation mission. The second, but before we start planting a tree, what we do is we have to first identify a site for it. To identify a site, what we do is we take a space that is.
You will find a lot of people volunteering and visiting Sadhana Forest. Some people also live in Sadhana Forest, but the number of people volunteering is really high and is also quite famous around Auroville. If you want to take a free tour of Sadhana Forest Friday from Solar Kitchen, you can get a bus around 4 p.m. which takes you to Sadhana Forest, gives you a tour, and then you are brought back to Solar Kitchen in Auroville. Now, this introduction about Solitude Farm is by the owner himself, and we'll get to know a lot about Auroville and Solitude Farm through what he says. So, I'll let you hear his speech.
And everyone kind of forming in Auroville since the last 31 years. I started Solitude in January 96. And I'm from England. I was a student in Jiddu Krishnamurti School. Some of you may be familiar with J. Krishnamurti now. And he was a short little guy with a white beard, indigo kimono, wooden chapels. You know, he looked the part.
Chili.
If we walk this way, I'll show you some more things. Come. It's a cancer cure. It's for all Tippali. Marglin. Pippali. Yeah. So it's a good, and I meet someone I don't know, and you know, betting chai piyenga. There's some warmth. You feel like, oh, I have humanity. You remember after COVID and you had your first party, your first gathering. People, you know. Without society, we have nothing. Without community, we have nothing. Without community, we can't value local foods. Everyone have no time to open banana flower, no time to remove the banana stem, no time to collect edible weeds. We have no time because too much busy for mullah because we need the iPhone. You know, we become very, very confused, you know. But if you look at nature, you see that she has no dualities. She has no concepts. She has no opinion, no ideal, no aim, no direction. She has no agenda. She drops 50 mangoes, you eat them, I eat them, the rat eats them or they rot. Sab theek hai, you know, it's all fine. Nature's like that. You know, music's a massive part of this farm. We have a festival that we run called Liven Up Your Earth. If you go on our website, solitude.farm/concert, you can find all the information about it. We've run about 8 of them so far. And this is about 1,500 people, 2 stages, a lot of events, a lot of bands and performances like capoeira and shamanic drums, but also workshops like local food and green papaya cooked like sabji. Then there's the samba with the jangli beng and the sundakai and the varatanda and the wing beans and all these different things. And then there is, I think there's a brown rice today, but there may be millet. I'm not sure which one it is. There's this mango pickle or the lemon pickle, whichever one they have. And there's all the colors of our farm. It's a celebration of Mother Nature, the food. So I believe that the real learning happens in the mouth. So please enjoy the food. If you want to follow us, we're on Instagram as Krishna.Mackenzie. We're on YouTube as Krishna Mackenzie, and the website, as I mentioned before, is solitude.farm, www.solitude.farm. If there are no questions, we'll go and have lunch. Any questions?
I still remember how it was.
After the tour, I would highly recommend to try their meals, where all the ingredients are sourced from the farm, Solitude Farm itself.
It was no chance to just send you, I'm late, or I don't feel like. No, it was, I have to go because I make promise, and if I break my promise, I just damage my name. This is.
Sunsets in Auroville. You should also visit youth camp to try the different pizza nights that they have.
Yeah, I went to the cave. I can only walk.
The following scenes are from the youth center in Auroville, where there is a pizza celebration always once a week, which you can try whenever you are visiting.
Look at, you have to hit it with the man, not with your hands.
Celebration at Bharat Niwas. Need to go to Tamil Heritage Center. When I was in Auroville, there was also a Pongal celebration happening, which was amazing to watch in the January of 2024.
Come on.
Entrance of this Tamil Heritage Center. Pongal Namba is called.
So it's a little bit flexible for me. And my boss also happy to hear that I am coming. It's a beautiful sunset today. And also I have ordered a pizza. There is also a dog shelter in Auroville that you could visit and also donate a bit, because this place is run all on donations and it's an amazing initiative by people around Auroville. We also volunteered at the dog shelter in Auroville to help them build some houses for the dogs and also enjoyed the community in this place. In the time I was in Auroville, I went to Sadhana forest multiple times and would highly recommend this place. This is the family that started Sadhana forest. Now there are multiple projects running in Haiti, Kenya, also in different parts of India like Meghalaya.
We don't need to depend on commuting water from very far away. We need to depend on local water going into local aquifers.
Now if you're willing to do some of the activities, there are multiple workshops happening in and around Auroville, one of which was making stuff from coconut shells, which we attended very close to the center of Auroville near Town Hall. Workshop here in Auroville.
So this you will arrange. I guess it will take time, like 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours. 2.5 hours, depend upon the designs. 2.5 hours to 3 hours it will take to finish. If you want get idea, you can look outside the upstairs also. There is a boutique. You can get the idea.
Okay.
It's a nice, easy.
Now the place where I volunteered for multiple days and which gave me a hands-on farming experience was Buddha Garden. Buddha Garden is an organic farm in Auroville focused on sustainable agriculture, food security and community involvement. It was founded by Priya, an Aurovillian, to create the self-sufficient food system which involves residents, volunteers and visitors in hands-on farming experience. For the purpose of Buddha Garden, I would say it is to grow fresh organic food for Auroville using sustainable farming methods, to practice and teach eco-friendly, low-impact agriculture, to encourage community participation with volunteers working alongside farmers, and to experiment with water conservation, soil enrichment, and permaculture techniques.
You know, the thing is that in France, 60% of soil activity takes place under the soil. So, okay, if you mulch, it's better, but if you don't mulch, I mean, it still works. Do you see what I mean? Whereas here, if you don't mulch, it really has an effect on the soil, and I have seen that. So yeah.
So along with this volunteering, I was also part of the Auroville Film Festival 2024. So we are setting up the stage for today's performance.
Back of the stage, with the drum set is in the middle, on the left hand side of the stage.
So this is the front, you're saying?
It is like this, no?
Okay, like this.
Guitar player will be here.
This one is the guitar.
Yeah. So this a guitar amp.
Now I'm gonna cue some of the miscellaneous shots which I took during my 1 month stay in Auroville, and some of the things that made me stay in Auroville for such a long time and also spread their message. Hope you like this video, and also you would visit Auroville at some point, and this video helps you explore the concept that it stands for. Thali at Town Hall in Dosa. Coffee vibes, Auroville.
Wow, I made the music.
You can keep talking, no problem.
I don't want.
In Auroville. Going for lunch at Botanical Gardens, Auroville.
Can you share with the garden?
Yeah, I'll share the group. Yeah.
Botanical Garden, Auroville.
Keep doing it every day.
Yanko on fire. So we are going to Kenisi in Auroville, where you can rent e-bikes and electrical vehicles for transport, and they also have a co-working space. So we are going there now.
काम ही नहीं होता इतना
Auro mode. Auroville Bakery.
It's like shawarma. You know shawarma?
Yeah. Oats and fruits for breakfast. Conscious Cafe.
Can I use the same one for? Oh no, I mean. I thought you made it as well. Paneer, paratha.
Flavor? Yeah.
You brought them.
Last day in Auroville, going to visit Matre Mandir on my last day. Town Hall in Auroville. South Indian Thali in Town Hall. Fixing the puncture of my bike. So this is the third time that my Luna has got punctured, and I've come again to this shop to get it repaired. So it is finally repaired now. Let's go.